Hey everyone, in this video I just wanted to share with you another paranormal experience that I had. This one happened to me and a couple of friends when we were going down a road that was supposedly haunted. It's well known around here where I'm from that it's haunted. It's a road, and I'm not going to list the road just for privacy purposes. Basically, if you go out to this road at midnight, you will see this motorcycle light coming towards you. Now for other people it's different. Some people have seen it coming towards them and some people have seen it coming from behind them. It's just whatever the ghost wants to do at that time, I guess. So we decide that we want to go out to this road and see if we can find this man or whatever. So, we had went out there a few times before this and had no activity at all from any ghost. So we had been going out there looking for this guy on this motorcycle for quite some time. Before this happened, maybe at least a month. We'd been going out there on the weekends, just trying to see if we could see him or get any kind of experience or, just anything that was spooky because, we were really into it. So one night we decided to go take a drive down this road, and we planned it to where we would actually get on the road right at midnight, which is was about 30 minutes from where we all were, so after I picked up everyone and we started to head out there, it took us about 30 minutes to get there. Okay, so after we get off the freeway and we start heading down this road, we decided let's pull in the graveyard for a moment and see if he'll pop out maybe after we pull out of the graveyard. So we pulled into the graveyard and we got out and we just kind of walked around and I was trying to communicate, like saying, hey, if you're around the area, please, come on out. We're not scared of you. We don't want you to be scared of us. So if you want to show yourself, that'd be fine. We'd like to see you. And that was that. We got back in our car and my car wouldn't start at all. Turned the key, nothing. And we're like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Are we stuck here? Because it's midnight, So it wouldn't start. So we got out of the car and stood there for a second, and got back in the car, turned the key again, it starts right up. So we're like, oh wow, okay, well let's get on out of here then. So we go around the curve because it had kind of like one of those circled in driveways. So as we pull out of the graveyard, I start to notice this light coming up from behind us on the road. This is a solid round white light. This is not a normal style light that you would see on a motorcycle. I mean, this was like, they didn't have those side lights, like they kind of all have like this little orangey light on the left and right. But this one only had one solid white light. So right then and there I felt like automatically this is him. And I was telling everybody, this is him. He's coming up right now. This is it. We're about to experience him. And as he came up behind us, he came flying up and was like right there at the butt of my car. He comes and just flies around my car. So after he goes around us and he's parked in front of us, he pretty much drives in front of us, slams on his brakes, makes me slam on my brakes, and he turns around, looks back at us like that, and starts doing this motion, like basically coaxing us to go around him. And so this is really strange, because first off he comes flying up behind us, goes around us, slams on his brakes, and starts motioning for us to go back around him. I noticed that, we all three noticed this. One of my other friends was already kind of like down in the seat because she was like super scared. But my other friend was like, oh, very interested. And he was like, hey, can I get out and talk to him? I'm like, no, we don't want to get out and talk to him, because this was kind of frightening. Because this was a different type of an experience. Anyway, so when he's motioning like this, and we're looking at him, this does not look like a normal man. I mean, this person's wearing a solid black helmet. He's wearing sunglasses at midnight, okay? He's wearing a black leather vest in the summer, when it's like, still like 90 degrees at nighttime, humid and hot, because I'm in the south, so it's really hot here. So anyway, he's sitting there and he's like in his coat, in these long leather black pants, black boots. And we're like thinking, this has got to be the ghost. This has got to be him. So I'm like, okay, well let's just go around him And so we went around him, we're sitting here really trying to stare at him, and you couldn't see no eyes, you couldn't see no face. All you could see was the hat, the glasses, I remember that very distinctly. The hat, the glasses, and the leather coat. And like when he did his hand like that, he had on just some black leather gloves. So, really just didn't know what to think about this. But went on around him and started driving forward. And then he comes speeding up around us again. He comes speeding up around us. And so this time, I'm like, I'm not going to let him go around me this time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pretty much floor it and see if he can catch up. Even though he's in a motorcycle, I'm in a Cadillac. My Cadillac had a 350 motor, so it wasn't like super fast, but it was, I mean, it'd get up and go, that's for sure. So at this point, I'm probably going about probably 80 miles an hour on this road. There's not anyone else in sight. We look at the clock, it still says 12 o'clock. So that's really strange. So it's almost starting to seem like we're in some type of a time warp type thing, because the clock's not changing. We're getting chased by this motorcycle man. He's trying to race me essentially on this road. I don't know if he's really just trying to spook us out or just really trying to prove that his presence does exist and he was on this road on that night. I don't know. But basically, you know, I'm driving down this road, I'm going like 80, and he's still like kind of beside me here, and we're like kind of riding on this road here. Now this is a 2-lane road, so it's oncoming and ongoing traffic. So, but there's nobody else on this road. It's just me and my friends and this ghost man on his motorcycle. So we're like driving like this on this road till we get to the freeway. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna get on the freeway. Let's see if, you know, surely we'll get away from him then. So I jumped on the freeway, and the ghost, gets back on the freeway with us. Starts pretty much essentially chasing us on the freeway. You know, because I'm still going, like, once I got back on the freeway, I had to slow down to about 60 to get on the freeway, because, you know, it's like a little slight turn, so I didn't want to run us off the road anyway. So we're driving down the road, driving down the freeway, and he's still driving up behind us. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the next exit, and we're just going to try to lose him. You know, that was basically what was running through my mind. We're just going to try to just keep driving and get off some exit or something, and, you know, something happened outside. Sorry about that. They're doing a lot of construction work. It kind of made me jump for a little bit there, but okay, back to the tramp up. After we get on the freeway and we're heading down, I'm like, okay guys, we're just going to jump off this exit, the next exit we see, and just essentially try to lose him. Anyway, so I decide to take this exit, and I fly off this exit and go flying into this gas station. But here's the thing. This is where it gets really freaky, because as we took the exit and flying off of it, I keep kind of like looking back like this, you know, even though I have to keep my eyes on the road. I'm going super fast, so I've got to be careful not to wreck. So I'm trying to look over, and as we're all staring, you know, they're staring over there, and I'm kind of just looking back and forth as we're getting off the freeway. And literally, this motorcycle ghost, he didn't get off this exit. He stayed straight. But as he continued to go straight on this freeway, as we're getting off the exit, and he's still going straight, the light just disappears. Just evaporates, and it's gone. And we're like, did y'all just see this? Did it just disappear? And they're like, yeah, it just disappeared. Whew, so that was seriously the motorcycle ghost that everyone has talked about for years. I mean, this is a story that's gone on, I think, since the 70s. And I've heard other stories of people's experiences out there. There's a lot of people that have actually had experiences, but nothing like that. Everybody's experience that they've ever had has always been the light coming towards them and then disappearing when it gets close to their vehicle, or coming up behind them like it did with us, you know, coming on up, all the way up, and then like getting on your bumper, but then fading out. With us, we experienced a full-on ghosty haunting thing, or so whatever you want to call it, because this ghost came all the way up behind us, like the story goes, but he went around us and, you know, was just toying with us, is what it seemed like. I mean, I'm thinking that like the ghost knew that we were so pumped and really wanted to see this, and we were like really just going out there to experience this. So to me, it's like he gave us an experience. He knew we were coming for an experience, and boy, he sure gave us one. That's for sure. So back to the spot where we got out of the gas station. We pulled into this gas station, And my friend that's in the front seat, she's so scared. I mean, she's really scared, almost in tears. I mean, really, it's really frightened her. So she gets out of the, in a frantic, jumps out of the car, runs to this next car that's beside us that I parked next to, starts banging on the window. Hey, sir, help, sir. And he's just asleep, like laying there with his eyes closed. And we're like, is this some kind of a dream? I mean, this is awfully seeming weird. The clock was still saying midnight. I was thinking my radio must be broken in the car, because the clock hasn't changed once, and I know it's been at least 10 minutes by now. And it hasn't changed. It's still 12 o'clock. So we're really starting to think like we're in some type of weird time warp or something, or some type of weird illusion or a dream or something like that. So I tell her, look, let's just get in the car. He's gone. It's over. There's nothing to be worried about. Let's go inside, get us a drink, and we'll get on and head on back to the next spot we're going to go to or whatever. So she gets back in the car, and we start to get our money out, and then the friend in the back says, look at the clock. And I looked up, and it changes to 12:01. Alright, so that's the paranormal experience that happened on that road. It was pretty much a scary situation, I must say. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. If you have some comments or questions, please leave them below. And thanks for watching, and blessed be.